find in other, that there's room.
Okay, and why do you think I moved here, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think I'm here? You know what? There's only but so many houses in Shreveport. Do you want a list of how many times I've had to move and how many snitches I've got on tape and video doing this to me and my son? You know what? I have the right to live in my home wherever I live without being harassed by the cops. I don't even know who the cop is. She won't tell me, but I know that's what's going on here.
What has this cop done?
This is claiming to be supervising me, falsifying accusations against me, throwing dope heads at me and my son. Oh, this has been going on forever.
Okay.
Oh, God, yeah. I go through this
Forever
every job I
here
get.
or forever for like...
Oh, no. If you want a lifetime, I've got it on video.
So you've known this lady for a long time?
Oh, I haven't known her. I'm talking about the cop. I don't know who the cop is that's doing it. But it doesn't matter where I move. It doesn't matter where I work. I've been fired from job after job because of the same game, the same ridiculous games, okay? That's it. I'm not a drug dealer. I've never done drugs a day in my life. You understand that? And my son's never done anything like that either. This woman is doing this so she can have access to our room and she can search it. She's probably taking photographs of it and turning them in as documentation. That's what she's doing. And having her friends come in here and threatening me, beating on our door, trying to open the door.
How are they threatening you?
You better stay in that room.
When did this happen?
And that was Friday, before he came Friday.
Oh, that's the thing of the day, okay.
Right, that's what happened. Has there been a search warrant issued?
I have no idea.
Okay, because I have not consented to any type of searches or monitoring today or any other day.
If there's been a search warrant issued by a judge, it doesn't really matter if you consent or not. A judge has issued.
Okay, yeah. Well, if there hasn't been one, it's being done without my consent, and that's what she's trying to do. This is what'll happen, okay? They lay in their bedroom, and like if I took a nap on Sunday, they will lay in their bed and be completely silent in there.
Right.
Until the very second that I wake up, okay, in my room with my son. The very second that I wake up, he cranks up the radio in his room with Darlene and then jumps out in the hallway and starts making some type of phone calls. And she does the same thing, and they leave like 5 minutes later. And they split out of here. They do it in the mornings when I wake up. It doesn't matter if I wake up at 6:30. It doesn't make up. The other morning I woke up at 6:42. Same routine, 8 o'clock, same thing. They're doing something, it looks to me like they're surveilling us, is what it looks like. And I have never consented to that. I have never consented to be monitored. I don't know. I'm not an expert in all that kind of stuff. I don't know. How else would they know when I'm waking up? Maybe they're just...
He moving around?
Well, I'm not even getting out of bed. I'm just laying there.
So how old are you?
14.
What's going on? What's going on?
I mean,
With y'all's room?
she said.
What she said?
I have to barricade. He's scared at night because of this. This guy, Charles, one day we came in here and our darling said she wanted to talk to me, okay? She said she had an idea, right? I came home to talk to her. Charles was sitting here. I don't even know this guy. And darling said, Charles wants to talk to you both. It didn't have anything to do with my son.
Right.
And I was like, what's this got to do with Jake? And she said, Charles wants to talk to both of you. So we came and sat down in the living room. I said, Charles, this is my son Jacob. And then he started screaming at me that I hadn't paid them a dime, okay? Since I moved in here, I gave him her $50 deposit. That was the agreement. And that I hadn't paid them anything and I had a week to get out, okay? I'm going to have $550 by next Friday. And I'll have the money to pay them.
Right.
So he didn't even live here. I never made any agreement with him at all. He started screaming at me in front of him and demanding that Jacob be there too. And I told him, you don't talk to my son.
He's a juvenile, don't even know.
Yeah, and he doesn't have any agreement with me. So she's getting him to be her henchman is what she's doing. And there's just very strange where they're like matching our movements and stuff. Like, you know, when we get up, Charles, right before we're about to go outside to leave, Charles would get up and run out the door and come back in. I don't know why he's doing that, you know. All I know is she told me that he did undercover work for the Sheriff's Department, that he used to work for the Sheriff's Department, that he does work for the Sheriff's Department. He tells me that any law enforcement agency in town would hire him by the end of the week if he wanted to apply, which is probably bull. But he's presenting himself to me as though he's a police officer or somebody in that field. He's never shown me a badge, and I don't care if he is or not.
Has he said I'm Deputy so-and-so?
No, he hasn't said that, but that's what he's alluding to.
He's implying it.
Yeah, he's implying it, you know, and he doesn't have any authority to do this. These people
Okay,
don't,
here's the deal with that. Anytime your landlord says, my boyfriend wants to have a meeting with you, you tell your landlord, no. My business is with you, not with him, first of all.
that's what I told her.
And don't have a meeting. You ain't got to show up to a meeting he demands, okay? As a tenant,
He doesn't live here.
when you say you stayed in rent.
She let Friday night after they left.
Mhm.
She let him move in here and stay in her room.
Right.
He had a bedroll. He left on this bench.
Either way,
He's
my
a homeless
point
man.
is you don't have to deal with anybody about your tenant-landlord agreement with anybody but your landlord. Unless your landlord has, given that person authority. You know, let's say you have land, you know, you've been around.
Right.
You have people who own property in California, but they have somebody here in Shreveport who represents them.
Something is wrong here, okay? There's
Yeah.
something wrong
If
here.
you my deal, you need to move.
Well, I know that, but
Okay.
you know what? Right now, I can't do that because
Right.
I don't have a pocket full of money.
Mhm.
I don't know why she thinks that I do, why she thinks that I'm just rich or something,
She's
but
got
I'm
you.
not.
She's got you. She knows you.
Well, but why is she doing that? And the reason she's doing it is because
Evil.
some jackass with a badge is telling her to do this stuff.
Maybe she's just evil.
No, she's doing this because that's what she's being told to do. And this guy,
Why
what?
would she do what this?
Because
guy
this
tells
is an
you?
illegal search. They're probably going in our room, photographing our room.
Has anything tampered with in your room that you know of? Anything missing? Let's go look.
I haven't looked for anything. I haven't noticed anything missing. We don't have anything valuable except for our Xbox that I bought my son for Christmas.
You still here?
Yeah, it's still here. But they can't. What would you do if somebody disabled your lock and you can't? And they were screaming at you and your son, and were letting people telling you that people could come in and they didn't know who was coming and going, and that they had to run people out of this room, and that she didn't know they were here.
Well, once again, I would move, but
Okay.
you're not in a position. I understand.
Right.
But you're talking criminal stuff. I'm telling you, it's not a criminal matter.
How can it not be criminal if he disabled this lock so that I can't lock it? He had to open the door to do it because you can see the paint scratch off of
Is
it.
there anything missed or tampered with in your room?
No, there's nothing missing or tampered with it, I can tell.
So without her being here to really talk to her, he could say he's the bug man for all I know. He could be saying I changed locks on the landlord's authority. And that's not
Well, she
civil.
doesn't have the right to do that. That's trespassing.
No,
That's
it's
unlawful
It's
possession.
a civil matter.
How can it be? That's criminal. It's illegal. We just
Ma'am,
Googled it.
I'm telling you, it's a civil matter, not a criminal matter.
Okay, so you tell me this. How am I supposed to protect my son? Because this woman is on a psychiatric disability. Stop going to her treatment.
Right?
And
When do you get your money?
next week, I'm already looking. I've been talking to people about rentals
This week, when?
when I get my paycheck.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I mean, how far out?
Friday.
So next Friday.
Yeah,
Okay. So over a week.
yeah. And I've already talked to people. I got a friend.
When is she going to do that?
I don't know where she is.
You know where she goes?
I don't know where she
Does
goes,
She come back
what
at a
she
certain
does.
time, or?
I leave in the morning to take my son to work, and I go out and do job
Corporal Hershey
searches.
was here Friday. Was that lady here then?
That Vicky girl?
Whoever you having problems with? Your
Oh,
your
Darlene.
landlord.
She was here. She was
Okay.
leaving the lights on all night. I don't know if that's because she's having some psychiatric delusion.
Is she home
or
every
what.
day? Does she come home every day? Or
She
go
comes
out
home
there?
every day.
If she gets home today, you need to call police, tell her to come out and talk to her about what's going on here as well.
Okay.
Because I'm not going to take. It's hard for us to make decisions on this person's information when this person's not even here to.
Okay, I understand that.
Especially
Yeah.
civil matter.
I understand what you're
Yeah.
saying, but this is strange behavior, okay?
Sure it is.
There is no reason for her to want to have access to
The
this room.
landlords do it all the time.
Especially if, no, you can't take the locks
They
off.
do.
That's
Ma'am,
irrational.
ma'am,
They do not do
ma'am,
that all the
listen,
time.
ma'am.
I know better.
I've been doing this 20 years. Landlords do, and I'm not saying she's like the above board landlord.
Right.
But she is by law a landlord, and you by law are her tenant.
Okay, but she doesn't have the right to change the lock so that I can lock my door.
You have tenant
Okay.
rights. You're absolutely right.
Okay,
But it's
and
not
the point I'm trying to
criminal.
make to you is this, that there could be criminal intent here. Because of the fact
Could be.
that she's had this guy screaming at me, she's told me that other people are coming in this house that she doesn't know,
Right.
that I don't know, and I've never invited anybody to this house. And then on
She
top
can-
of that,
she can let people in her house.
whatever. She's telling me they'd come in this room, that she had to run one guy out of here that I don't even know, that have never met.
Right.
Okay? I'm trying to explain to you that there could be a criminal intent here, especially if you had a situation like that and you had people coming and going that you didn't know that had access to your house. Why on God's green earth would you disable the locks to the bedroom?
They do it all the time. Man.
No, they don't.
Ma'am,
I know better
ma'am,
than
we
that.
get this call all
It's
the time.
irrational. It is irrational
sure.
behavior.
When she gets here tonight, have them come out and talk to her. All right?
I'm going to the magistrate. I want the chief of police phone number. I want to see a search warrant. I do not consent to searches or monitoring. Nobody has ever had